After making my last video, I started to think more about the differences in classic and modern inputs in fighting games. Why can some games get away with having combos stay on one button, while other games won't even let that chance happen? I found that the difference between these games is rhythm. When I say rhythm, I mean the flow of how you, the player, interact with your controller. If you're not familiar with fighting games, it's more than understandable if you think they all play the same. Even if you're a casual player, you still might think they all are the same. You hit a button, your character does something, repeat over and over again until you win or lose. There's no concept of neutral, no combo theory, you don't even know what character archetypes are. All you know is that the big guy hurts you when he grabs your character you thought was cool. But if you continue to play these kinds of games, you'll start to notice differences in each game. Like how Guilty Gear, if someone punches your stomach, you can block it by holding down back. But when you play Tekken, a similar gut-punching move keeps hitting you no matter how hard you hold down back. After a while, you'll realize that Street Fighter is different from Tekken, which is different from Mortal Kombat. Even with anime games, Dragon Ball is different from Guilty Gear, which is different from Melty Blood. Eventually, you decide on one or two games you want to keep playing because they feel good to play, and then you find a few characters you think about maining. Now you're tasked with finding the differences between them because when you press your favorite button, these characters do two drastically different things. Next, you'll choose one character and you'll start learning the ins and outs of that character. What moves are good from far away, in the air, up close, your go-to mix-up, and your go-to combo, also known as your bread and butter. The more comfortable you get with the character, you can feel when to press the buttons, and you'll also feel when the opponent will press a button. You'll learn how they'll interact with you, you interact with them, and you both do what feels correct in that moment. Being full screen away, jumping around each other's moves, the opponent being on top of you, pressuring you, testing your defense, you pressuring the opponent, being careful of their reversals, all these scenarios loop into each other until the end of the round in almost a dance-like flow. The players fighting to set the pace, both working around each other and occasionally one player stealing the spotlight away. Imagine all the work you did learning everything you could about the game and your character, all the hours you put into the game, not even matter because there's an option that lets you do what you did before, which was mash buttons, and does everything for you. There's no thinking, no problem solving, no making sure your hit connects before you continue doing your combo, nothing. Only mashing. How much can one button really do? These games have 4 or more different buttons that do different things. Why would the developer put that option of completely ignoring that and make one button to do everything anyway? Having a modern input style is not a bad thing, but it cannot be a bandage repair to the problem of why new players are not staying around. The game must have the modern input style in mind as the game's being made. It must be treated just as important as every other aspect of what makes that game special. In Melty Blood, combos are made by going from the fastest speed button, which we'll call A, hitting the medium speed button, B, and then to the slowest speed button, C. A goes into B, B goes into C. Even A can go into C, skipping B. As long as you're going in that flow, it'll work out. Melty Blood also has a cool mechanic called Reverse Beat, which lets you go back to a faster button you have not used yet from a slower button during your combo. This opens up a lot of things, but I'm going to be talking about combos. So taking the regular flow and adding the reverse beat looks like this. A goes into B, B goes into C, and C goes back into A. Since we already used A by itself, we had to use a crouching A, also known as 2A. So 2A goes into 2B, 2B goes into 2C. Rapid Beat is the simple input auto combo in Melty Blood, and with Rapid Beat, you have to hit the same button twice to activate it. And when you activate Rapid Beat, you cannot go into Reverse Beat, you can't even continue going up to C. You are locked into finishing the combo. The way both of these combo structures work do not overlap with each other, giving the player the option to go for a hard to execute combo that's pretty rewarding, or playing it safe with Rapid Beat. You can use both types of combo structure in the same combo because the game had that already in mind during development. Doing either the Rapid Beat or non-Rapid Beat combo structure the timing of your inputs feel identical. Of course, more advanced combos require stricter timing, but to just do a combo, I can keep the same speed going from ABC to AAA. It all feels natural and fluid. The flow of the inputs and what I see on screen go together nicely because it was meant to. Even in the highest levels of gameplay, rapid beats are still used. Tekken 7 implemented its version of simple inputs into Versus mode during 2018, a year after its console release in 2017, and 3 years after its arcade release in 2015. And it's not the best way of having simple inputs. Instead of letting the simple inputs work together with the non-simple, it kinda takes over for it. Tekken 7's combo structure does not work the same as Melty Blood. Instead of the ABC buttons, we have the 1, 2, 3, 4 buttons. Each button controls a limb on your character. Your left arm is the 1 button, right arm is 2, left leg is 3, and right leg is 4. And the combo structure isn't similar to Melty Blood either. Each character has their own unique combos that require you to press each limb in a specific order, like a code. This combo structure is called strings. You can't really put 2 strings together haphazardly. To get the strings to combo, one needs to be a launcher. The next one has to have a corkscrew. And a corkscrew means while the opponent's in the air, you hit them with a special kind of move, and it makes them spin around, giving you extra time to do another string. After the corkscrew, you could do an ender. Anything could be an ender, honestly. When you turn on the basic combo option, it takes your left and right arms, the 1 and 2 buttons, and makes them both a different combo. You cannot do anything else with the 1 and 2 buttons. You can only do the combo. Even pressing 1 or 2 while crouching still makes you do the combo. It doesn't even give you a different combo, and you lose all your strings from those buttons. Your leg buttons, 3 and 4, are not affected by this, and you can still do everything with those. But giving up every string from 1 and 2 to do only 2 combos is kind of wild. If you start Tekken and turn simple combos on and get to a point where you want to get better and keep improving, you have to relearn the game again because the game made you sacrifice your jab for a combo that puts you at a disadvantage if it's blocked. Tekken 7 also has assist inputs, which are usually a single move, but instead of having to do multiple inputs to get the move, you only have to press assist and the button you want to come out. Once again, having this style of simple input takes away so much from the other parts of your controller and condenses it all to one button. Simple inputs doesn't even trick you into learning how regular inputs work either. You have a pretty big window to input the second button to have the combo still connect. But when you go to try a string, there is no room for error. If you want that string to come out, you better hit the button in the correct timing that the game wants you to do. There are a few strings that do allow you to delay the inputs, but that leads into frame traps and higher level strategies. I'm only talking about the combo aspect. It's so jarring to feel the difference from the simple inputs to the non-simple inputs. It's like playing 2 different games. In all my time playing Tekken, I've never seen somebody willingly switch to simple and assist modes on. I didn't even know there were simple combos until I started doing research for this video. I only knew of the assist button. When they released the update for this, I remember everybody being shocked and asking for this option to not be legal for tournament play. And that's what happened. Simple inputs aren't legal in Tekken tournaments. Even turning on the tournament mode in the game disables simple inputs. But pushing the casual players away to their own corner of the community and banning the way the game lets them play from events that make the community grow is very alienating. And if they decide to switch to non-simple inputs, all the habits they learned playing their favorite character doesn't even work anymore, so they have to learn the character again. Balancing what a button can do is something fighting game developers have to deal with from the moment they start making the game, all the way to the end of that game's life cycle. Especially in the gaming landscape we play in now, gamers expect updates to their game when something is cheap, broken, or doesn't make any sense. These updates are usually treated like Christmas. Everyone looks forward to the day, we speculate what we might get, we share what we did get with others, and we show our thanks to someone we don't ever see in person. I really do believe that one day we will find a way to satisfy both the casual players who are new to fighting games and the hardcore players who want to flex how much dexterity and hand-eye coordination they have. The community is already taking steps into making the environment much more friendlier to newer players. Tampa Never Sleeps has a tournament bracket where if you lose in a tournament without any wins, You can go into another tournament bracket with everyone that did the same and fight each other. That's amazing! It gives you more time to play in a tournament setting with people that did the same as you, and you realize that not everyone is a god at video games, and there's many people just like you. Believe me, I know how it feels to go 0-2 at a tournament. But these kinds of situations require the player to already want to get better, be hooked on a game, and to look stuff up about the game. There needs to be something in the game that can do that. It doesn't even have to necessarily be the input methods, but I can see why game developers want to change it up for newcomers since I was able to write a whole video script about inputs. Even though fighting games have been around for over 30 years, it's never too late to improve. You are never stuck how you are at this moment. You can always try something new. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You can continue to learn. Changing things is scary, but you will never know unless you try. Hobbies are about being creative and taking something that everyone has access to and doing something people never thought of. That goes for playing video games and creating them as well. I know the video game community as a whole has a strong passion for video games. That's why we're always so vocal about what we like and don't like. The passion doesn't stop at the players, it goes all the way up to the top. Look how often Ed Boon, the co-creator of Mortal Kombat and chief creative officer at NetherRealm Studios, tweets about Mortal Kombat. Even though talking about his game is a form of advertisement for the game, he could have not personally talked about it. He could have just left promoting the game for ads you see on the internet. But interacting with the fanbase is awesome because the passion for Mortal Kombat is mutual. The fighting game community is growing. Many games at EVO 2023, the Super Bowl of fighting games, have broken the record for the amount of players registered, and that's an amazing sign of growth. All these amazing things grew into the way they are now, all started the same way, with a push of a button. Hey everybody, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. It's super cool that you even clicked on it, but to make it to the very end is like super amazing. I thank you so much for that. I've been playing fighting games for quite a bit, and with the whole classic and modern input styles for games and everything, it just got me thinking, and I wanted to make a YouTube video because me personally, I like YouTube videos, so I figured I'd try it as well. Of course, my opinion isn't the only thing, it's not like the rule and stuff. This is like a discussion, your opinion is just as important as my opinion. We're all equals. So feel free to leave comments down below, tell me what you think. Maybe, all games should just convert to like auto combos, or we'll just do like a whole reset and just do the 6-button layout. Each button has to be linked, it's totally cool. Let's talk about it. We wouldn't have grown the community as much if we all kept to ourselves. So even if there's no stupid or wrong things, just lay it out. Let's talk about it. It's all about that. I'm gonna keep trying to make some more videos and everything. So if you could subscribe, that'd be awesome, because I would like for you guys, if you stay to the end, to keep watching some stuff that I come out in the future, and leaving a like would be super appreciative too, because I'm not gonna lie, it makes me feel pretty good seeing a like and all that. So yeah, thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one.